Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in this series. Game 3 taking place on Centaur Grove, one of the least played maps in terms of 1v1. So we'll see what's going to be happening here. Going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit to get to that all-important 2-minute mark. Players on both sides are just setting up their altar of elders and you know, just getting that basic infrastructure going. We are going to be having a demon hunter here, as the Ancient of War is already cranking out one archer, 1 minute 50 seconds. That Ancient of War now going to be tanking that damage, as the demon hunter will be popping on out in just a moment. Meanwhile, it looks like the Death Knight is going to be opening up with Crypt Fiends this time around. Crypt Fiends a little bit of a delayed on that Death Knight, but we'll see how his opponent is going to be able to react and respond to it. Crypt Fiends are generally stronger. As a unit, they are much stronger than, say, the Ghoul variety, and also when your opponent tries to get into Dryads, which is the natural tier 2 unit, the Crypt Fiends can really do a lot more piercing damage and tear things apart just a bit. Archer now going after the 2-2-2 creep camp off over here. Meanwhile, Crypt Fiends are already being cranked out. Death Knight about to pop on out over there as one Crypt Fiend. Did it aggro creeps? No, it did not. I thought it was trying to aggro creeps and then bring them back. The creeps are now down over here. Demon Hunter will be able to get to level 2 after, or should get to level 2 after clearing the creep camp. No, never mind. 8 experience shy. So just a little bit shy there. Wisp are all across the map, and both of these players have to figure out how to play this map just a little bit. Centaur Grove, one of those weird maps that has these way gates that let you teleport across the map, and it's really difficult to figure out if the map really feels big or small. It almost changes from second to second just because of that teleportation, and the pathing isn't very natural to actually teleport all the way across the map like that. All right, Death Knight, Crypt Fiends now making their way over. Meanwhile, down over here, there goes that one particular Troll Berserker. Archers finish off that skeletal minion there. No additional scouting available, as the Death Knight wants to... Oh, there is a quick attack there. And I believe, yes, the Demon Hunter did in fact spot the Crypt Fiends. So he knows that the archers are not going to get surrounded by mass ghouls, and that the strategy is significantly different. All right, what's happening over here? You can see Skeletal Minion getting cleared out over there. The Death Knight now pretty much wandering around in circles, and the archers and the Demon Hunter wandering around as well. There is no real definitive strategy that I see any side coming out with. Xiaokai probably wants to try and get to level 2 on his Death Knight, but hasn't found an easy location to perhaps do a little bit of creeping. Death Knight, Demon Hunter, both of them just looking for a needle in a haystack, and they're just for all purposes just walking around and not doing very much. There's another set of minions, as we are now going to be looking perhaps to clear out a goblin merchant shop. Both sides pretty much delaying for quite some time, not really doing all that much. All right, here we go. Centaur Outrunner going to get cleared out pretty quickly. Troll Shadow Priest now taken out in just a matter of seconds as well. It looks as though the Centaur Outrunner will get taken down. Death Knight picks up a Ring of Protection +2, may end up selling that. Yep, quickly sells that item there, as we see the Death Knight at level 2 with Unholy Aura will most likely be using that replenishment potion for more mana and more hit points. Back over here, Demon Hunter is now inside the base here, causing a bit of harassment and problems. Ghouls are over here as well, but they are getting focused down much more quickly than I would have expected. The Acolyte's now trying to run away, and Undead is just having a horrible time here, trying to hold on to this expansion. He did end up losing 1 or 2 units here, as we now see a forcing of a Scroll of Town portal. The Demon Hunter teleporting all the way back home, as the Death Knight was on the other side of the map and able to cause a little bit of damage to force well, I would say recall, but a Scroll of Town portal. Meanwhile, Crypt Fiends now wandering back over here. The Death Knight Perhaps, nope, he did not use that replenishment potion. Naga Sea Witch has been picked up though. So the Naga Sea Witch going to be going after these units. Death Knight now going to be doing a little bit of pathing. And the one reason why the Death Knight can actually do this is because the cold arrows do not last nearly as long on a Death Knight as it does on a Crypt Fiend. So the Death Knight will be able to escape while the other units are not. As we see a teleport all the way to the other side of the map, and the Demon Hunter pretty much doesn't know where to look. That's the problem here. If you don't know where to look or what's really going on, you can end up confusing yourself. All right, Death Knight now making its way off over here. Both sides fighting in the other bases. We can see Black Citadel already being upgraded, as well as the Ghouls now trying to fight back here. They are going to need to be forced to turn around as the Crypt Fiends are looking to engage. However, the problem is they are going up against fortified armor, and fortified armor takes significantly reduced damage from piercing. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter now trying to come in. What is this Ghoul doing? The Ghoul turned around just to try to engage this one Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter ends up getting in some easy kills there. Spirit Towers and an additional Nerubian Tower being added, as the Night Elf player does not have any Scroll of Town Portal to quickly head back home. There goes a Death Coil. Death Knight now sitting at level 3. There's a detonation though, and this has got to be just I can't call this a sloppy game. This is just an odd game and a strange game, to say the very least. All right, Death Knight, Ancient of Lore, taking a little bit of damage there, and the Crypt Fiend really should just be backing off. Why are you even within melee range of a tree if you have a ranged attack? One Ancient of Lore now taken down. Crypt Fiend's going after some more units there. It looks as though the Naga Sea Witch and the Demon Hunter ready to come back around. Crypt Fiend is going to be able to get some easy shots here. Scroll of Town Portal now being used as the Crypt Fiend, one Crypt Fiend down to 146 hit points, is able to teleport back home. All right, so this, for all of you guys watching this right now, this is a rather unorthodox game. We are at Halls of the Dead right now. Acolytes, we have a Spirit Tower, 2 Nerubian Towers, and it looks like an additional Acolyte will be trained. Also, we do not have a Slaughterhouse, even though we are at tier 2, and the Lich does not have that Orb of Corruption since we don't have Black Citadel yet. Death Knight now venturing forth once more. Not quite sure what was actually the faster route to try and get to your opponent. There is one Fountain of Health off over here, so perhaps if they actually tried to do a little bit of creeping, they would have actually been in a better place. But now, right now, it almost feels like whoever makes the least mistakes is going to be the one to win. It's not like any of these guys are executing any sort of strategy flawlessly. All right, let's take a look. Crypt Fiends now making their way off over here. Going to go ahead and take down this Ancient of Wonders. Ancient of Wonders now taken down. And what is this? We see Essence of, or we actually see Blight being brought over, and we now see Towers being added. What is going on here? Towers being constructed right outside the base, and you can see that they are being built in the very, very far back here. And now going after those Moonwells. Those Moonwells are fairly full, which means that it is going to be rather difficult for AIDS to try and heal back up. Losing 277 Moonwell mana is going to set you back quite a bit, as the Lich now out of mana. Not quite sure why she just did it, or he didn't just Frost Armor everything, just so that he could keep all of the units alive there, and also keep a little bit more hit points off of, or a little bit more mana off of the Lich. Lich now pretty much back up to full there. Wisp now being brought over. There's some detonations. And oh, the detonations also being used to clear up some of that Blight. Death Knight does not have enough mana for a Death Coil. There it goes, as we are now looking at Nerubian Towers already being added. Are we going to be seeing a Spirit Tower? Yes, we are. There is another detonation. And this tower attempt now, just the only real strategy that we're looking at. The Death Knight does have a potion of healing and a potion of mana. As you can see, the Acolyte's trying to get away, and the Acolyte is not going to be able to do so, even though the Acolyte could have easily slipped in between the Ziggurats right there. Death Knight now trying to run back here. All low hit point units trying to run away. Death Knight, knowing that he has that Unholy Aura, can move around very, very quickly. Nerubian Tower about to come back up or online, and now is online. Of Frost Armor onto the Lich. Fork Lightning now coming through, as well, Burrow now onto the Crypt Fiend. So Burrow now being used in order to save a bit of damage, as the Lich now sitting at level 1. 3 towers inside the base. Death Knight now being brought over as well, has a potion of mana, and I think this is going to be in favor of the Undead now. No question about it. Those towers are just causing so many problems, those slow towers, and this tower rush is not something you see very, very often. Even using the unburrowing of a Crypt Fiend to block the pathing of a Demon Hunter, that was absolutely brilliant right there. As you can see, the Spirit Tower now going after another Moonwell here. All right, as these Ziggurats are slowly inching their way forward, more Blight is being given, and now a Moonstone needing to be used in order to give better regeneration to the Night Elf. The Blight doubling, or more than doubling, or giving 200% regeneration to the Undead while they're standing on it. Night Elf now able to regenerate a little bit faster, as those detonations from those Wisps not going to really be able to clear out the Blight, since we already have the Ziggurats up and completed. All right, there's a Death Coil. There goes the Naga Sea Witch. Lich now sitting at level 2. Finally, it feels like it's been forever and a day. We're at the 12-minute mark of this game, and the Lich just now got to level 2, as the Moonwells are getting drained relatively quickly. There is another rejuvenation, but at this point, the Death Knight knows that, hey, you know what, I can just slowly work my way through, and there's not much that AIDS can really do at this point. The Spirit Tower about to be completed. Lich just needs to run around the tower once or twice. That Demon Hunter will take far too much damage, and now with AIDS losing this one Ancient of Lore, I think it is going to be GG. No more production possible. 28/20. Even when you do have one more Moonwell up, you're not going to be able to train up another bear since you're at 28, or you will be at 28/30 supply. Ghoul now looking to back off there. You can see the faster hit point regeneration while sitting on Blight there. But this push is just going so slowly that there's not much that can be done. The plan, the strategy of bringing a sacrificial skull and the unorthodox play just enough. You can see that the Demon Hunter is now trying to make its way over, try to slip out. There is one Druid of the Claw getting off of rejuvenation. Should have gotten a rejuvenation. Oh, it did get a rejuvenation on himself. Should have stayed in the Druid of the Claw, or Druid of the Claw Druid form, just so that he would have had more mana and would have been able to continue to rejuvenate as well. And then when he converted back over, he would have been at higher hit points. AIDS losing a lot of his gold right now. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to repair. He's not going to be able to slip through. There's a new Tree of Life being built off to the north. But even with that said and done, the 28/30 supply compared to 45/90. Xiaokai is going to be able to spot that expansion in a heartbeat just by spreading out his units just a little bit, and the standing army is just so much larger that there's not much that can be done. Okay, Wisp, are they going to go into mass detonations? I don't. Yep, yes they are. There they go, detonating themselves. Permadeath, so to speak. They are now gone, as the Death Knight now heads off to the north, knowing that there's nothing left that is really a threat to him. He needs to stop any sort of expansions, and the only expansion that was cleared out was here at the 2 o'clock location, and it has been spotted. All right, there's the cancellation there. No more Wisp. Gonna be revealed in about 2 minutes. Demon Hunter with 3 bears gonna try and take down a base here. Black Citadel. You can see Black Citadel perhaps should be canceled here. Nerubian Towers. Does the Death Knight have a Scroll of Town portal? No, he does not. But he can easily walk to here and then walk that rest of that distance over there to get back home in a heartbeat. The towers are no longer attacking. But let's take a look. What is going to be happening with that Death Knight? Death Knight now still wandering around. There's a Moonwell in the middle of the map. You can take a look. Ziggurats are being repaired, doing a fair bit of damage. Demon Hunter now being forced to back off. Orb of Venom causing problems. And oh, there goes one Ziggurat there. Remaining units now trying to run back. Another Spirit Tower is up. Very, very high damage on those Spirit Towers. 27/32. Fortified armor, making them very, very difficult for that Demon Hunter to take them down by themselves. You can take a look down to 130 hit points, down to 109. Another bear falls. As are we going to get repairs? Yes, it looks like yes. The Acolytes will be able to repair in time. Death Knight arrives to the party, and it looks like a handful of Crypt Fiend shots is going to take down that bear. And what do we have left? Demon Hunter getting taken out. Old School, level 4 Demon Hunter, getting completely surrounded by ghouls. One ghoul runs away so that the Death Knight can take his place. Naga Sea-Witch, however, quickly runs over Staff of Preservation. Where does it teleport you to if you don't have a town hall? That's what I'm really curious about. Where does it really go? And it looks as though, are we going to see perhaps a mana burn onto the onto the Lich? There you have it. Naga Sea-Witch unable to get away. And that is pretty much going to be it. AIDS gives the GG. Xiaokai taking game number 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.